Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Footy Yarn podcast. It's great to be here atop of the Resi Hotel, the first podcast for 2024, and I couldn't have picked two better blokes to do it with, or potentially two worse blokes. I'm sort of yet to see. Wasn't sure if this was going to be in the Resi, but we're up in the luxury penthouse suite of the Resi Hotel, so it's even better. I'm joined by Bendigo's finest prospects, Archer Day-Wicks and Tobie Travaglia. Boys, how are we?
Yanni, good, thank you, mate. How are you?
I'm very good. Tobes, yourself?
Very, very well. Yourself?
Oh, mate, just buzzing, electric. When I think about places I want to be in the world, some people think Italy, it seems beautiful. The Maldives, maybe to go somewhere tropical. I think atop of the Resi Hotel with you boys is number one for me. So
absolutely.
That's for sure.
Tick that one off. Now, the Resi Hotel, you boys have a bit of history here working together.
Yep.
Can you, either one, tell me a bit about that?
Yeah, so my parents own this pub. Got Tobes a job because no one else would take him.
That's
And
probably fair enough.
he does a whole lot of bugger all, but
I do a bit.
It's true.
Do a little bit. Yeah, I do every now and then.
Can you lift the keg? Are you good at...
I can sometimes, but I need a bit of help.
Yeah, okay.
I need a bit of help because it's just so awkward.
Yeah.
It's just so awkward. They're hard things to pick up and like on your shins and
Lift,
stuff.
found it
lift from the
pretty
legs,
easy,
not the back, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
That's
okay.
a big thing. Yeah.
Can we do some keg lifting after this?
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
roll.
We'll
How
teach you the ways.
Yeah, how much?
Keg of Rogers.
How much do they weigh?
Oh, I don't know. They'd be upwards of 150 kilos, I reckon.
Yeah.
Lightweight.
So yeah, it's definitely a two-man job. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, Toby, I'm going to start with you, and I really have to read this because I'd never heard of this before, but you were named the Bendigo Sports Star of the Year Scholarship winner. Congratulations.
Thank you.
What is that award, and how much money did you receive for it?
That's a fully loaded question. It was just a scholarship that's been handed out monthly.
Yeah, I did say monthly. I wasn't sure if the scholarship was also monthly.
Yeah,
like
so
that sort of detaches.
yeah. So
from
for
it a bit.
every month, they've got some sort of like club or community, and it's at the Bendigo Stadium. It gets presented, and they do it every 6 months. So twice a year they do it. So there was 6 people that got it for like all different reasons. There was one that went for swimming for the Olympics. There was another bloke that did equestrian. There was another bloke that did like a marathon, and it was like swimming, shooting, cross-country horse riding, and cross-country running.
It's on top of decathlon, some would say.
Yeah, wow, that's...
It was crazy. It was like I was there and I was seeing all these different things, and it was just like, yeah, right. I didn't even know these were sports, but they are. And we did that. It was pretty cool. It was a great honour. Got a membership for D Club. So shout out D Club. They were unreal.
What's Day Club?
Just a gym in Bendigo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you go?
What's that?
Have you gone at all?
No, not yet. No,
Thanks,
though. No, thanks for that, though.
Big shout out to the D Club. We'll check it out after this.
Thanks, Ricky Daniels.
I'll definitely be going, but it's just at the minute I'm going to the Pioneers gym at Latrobe because they're so good with us as well for the Pioneers boys. So shout out Latrobe as well. So
Thanks, Latrobe University.
yeah,
love Latrobe.
Yeah, but I'll definitely be going to D Club because it's an amazing spot. So yeah, I'll be for sure being there in the future.
Yeah, and a big shout out to D Club. We're massive fans of D Club over at the Footy Yarns. So if you're looking to sponsor anyone, let us know. I will rock up to the gym more times than Toby.
Yeah, I can give it to Hayden.
Archie, never won a Bendigo Sports Star of the Year Scholarship Award?
No, obviously I'm just not in the same category as Tobe, unfortunately. But good on you. I don't know what it is, but congrats.
Oh, yeah. And I think you go, there's something at the end of the year as well that you do, like a massive event.
Maybe end of the year.
Yeah, you can come with me +1.
Oh, that's sort of me. Am I going to sniff the award?
Not bringing the missus, mate.
Yeah, something that you do have, Wicker, that you were very proud of is your cooking skills.
Yes.
You were very proud of them first time. And I know it might seem a bit of a step down, scholarship award winner, you can cook.
I think it's better.
That's what I'm saying. I think of all the times a scholarship award helped me in life, and I think of all the times food helped me in life, food's got the 1-0 up. So tell us about your cooking abilities.
No, I just love being in the kitchen. It's a great thing. Whether it's cutting stuff up, searing stuff in the pan, it's awesome.
Just naming
get
all
you
the
going.
cooking things.
I love it.
Get you going.
Yeah, I have a real passion and love for cooking. It nearly brings a tear to my eye, to be honest. Runs through the family.
Where did it start?
Well, Mum's a chef, so that helped. But Dad is a extraordinary cook, very gourmet, very different. Chilies, spices, big palate for food. So it's handy.
It feels like you're just saying a lot of buzzwords around cooking here.
Oh, I love it. It just gets me going.
I haven't mentioned your gourmet steak sandwiches yet.
I was
actually about to ask what is the most gourmet thing that you can make.
Yeah, look, there's a lot, but I can't go past the gourmet steak sandwiches with my own chimichurri.
Yep. Have you tried this?
I have. They are very, very good. Yeah, tick of approval.
Very good. Yeah.
I was a bit skeptical, and then I was pretty.
That is
good.
a big word.
Haven't been offered one yet, so wait and see.
You
for
know
that
what?
one.
Your day will come, Yanni.
Toby, I'll start with you. With just one word. I don't want you to say I don't want you to question it. With
Obviously.
With just one word, can you describe Archer for me?
Confident.
Okay. Archer, with just 2 words, can you describe Toby for me?
2. Who gets 2?
He needs the help.
Sick individual.
All right, no further elaboration.
Yeah, right.
When did you boys first meet?
Ooh, cricket. No.
I think we've always sort of known each other, but I think like there was a defining moment.
Yeah.
At the
that's
QEO,
nice.
there's a senior game on. We took on about 5 15-year-old boys when we were about 9 and beat them.
In a fight?
In a football match.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember that.
And Billy Bassett was there.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
It was a good time.
My defining moment was when, obviously academy, but I reckon cricket, under 14s cricket when you came
That's
across.
true. We won a flag.
That was probably the main part, I reckon.
Could you guess who got best on in that grand final, Yanni?
Something tells me it might be you.
It was.
Yeah, something about asking the question
Yeah.
makes me think.
Yeah.
Now, you're obviously a bit of a Brett Lee, just golden hair, fast bowler. You said you could bowl 150 Ks earlier. I heard you saying
That's
that.
not true.
He was saying that constantly, telling everyone
is
he
true.
could bowl 150 clicks.
Definitely.
What were you? What kind of cricketer were you?
I was a bit of a fielding all-rounder.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's a good
no,
one.
I'll be honest. I could bat. I couldn't bowl.
Yeah.
But I was the greatest fielder that has ever lived.
I was gonna jump on you if you said bowling because you could not bowl to save your life.
I had a bit of a Mitchell Johnson slinging action.
Yeah, just
He
without
got some
Mitchell
wickets.
Johnson ability.
But the old saying, shit gets wickets, really portrays my cricketing
trust
bowling
me,
ability.
I am all over that in my cricketing career. I actually, one time, there was the opening of a Bunnings near my place, and we got to do the sausage sizzle for the opening day, and Mitch Johnson and Mike Hussey were there, and so we got to play cricket with them in the, whatever it is, the whole way through Bunnings. So I thought I got one opportunity to bowl at Mitch Johnson. I'm about 12 years old here, so I'm going to bounce him. Never found that tennis ball again. I had to spend 5 minutes looking for it and just had to come back and be like, yeah, that's my cricketing career done.
Nice flush of the blade.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think it got big on him quick, but I think he handled it well.
But he saw it like a beach ball.
Yeah, I think he handled it well. Or like a tennis ball going 20 kilometres per hour at his head. Either one of those. Has there been any stage in your footy career where you boys are playing against each other?
Yeah, many times.
Many times. Who tends to get the one? Do you guys ever come up one-on-one against each other?
I do specifically remember this time when I beat Tobie in a flag.
Yeah.
Under 14s.
Yeah. When you say specifically bet me in a contest, I was like, hang on. That's not right.
I don't think we've ever actually played one-on-one.
No, I still was thinking.
Because there are other
Bendigo couldn't handle it.
No.
The city would crumble.
Yeah, it would. It would.
The world might stop.
No, but I remember that day, I was at Stratford Say, bottom age.
Yep.
We were up all day. We had some good players playing. Charlie Edwards played, but he wasn't even one of the best players.
No, Wicker went to half back and the rest is history.
No, but it was a good game. We ended up losing in the end, and we. It's a bit weird because we all go to school with each other. Stratford Say and Sandhurst, and then the whole week leading up was fights, and the whole week after it was fights, and it was pretty funny. But Arch got the wood over me, unfortunately.
And then I made the move to Sandhurst, and we've lost 3 flags in 2 years. 3 years.
Yeah, actually, I don't know. I think you lost a game throughout the year, but I didn't lose and when I was under 18s, double bottom age, didn't lose a game for the whole year until the grand final lost by a point.
2.
So,
2.
Yep.
Yeah, it lost by 2 points.
It's a pretty shit game to choose to lose
if
you're not going to lose any all season.
Yep.
As far as times where you were sort of going up through the ranks with each other, was there any stage where you didn't like each other? Any stage where you sort of...
I don't like him right now.
Yeah, well, I gathered that.
Look, I think the question should be, is there any time you have liked each other?
Yeah, sorry. Is there any time you guys have not been able to speak to each other because you didn't like each other? Was there any time where you saw each other more as rivals than friends?
No.
Not more as rivals and friends, but there's definitely times we get shirty with each other.
Oh, 100%.
Especially
much
at
time
training or on field.
Yeah.
Usually off that, like we have our fights and stuff. It's usually just for a bit of entertainment for the rest of the lads.
But that only sort of comes when you spend too much time with each other in a sense. Like, it's not like we haven't seen each other in forever and we don't speak to each other when we're fighting. It's just like a few days and we might be down at Torquay and we have a little fight and all that stuff. Yeah, it's all good fun.
Or this one time when Tobie threw a vortex and split my lip, so I chinned him.
That's fair enough.
He slapped me across the face and
I didn't slap him. I punched him in the arm and he cried.
I did actually.
How old were you?
I was 15.
16.
It was last week.
I was 15.
Who was the better of you two when you were younger?
I think it's gone up and down in a lot of ways. So probably under 12s, Tobe. Under 14s, probably me. 16s, probably similar. And then I think for the last 3 or 4 years, it's really just been very similar.
Yeah.
Like, obviously,
Different players.
Tobe's just higher up the draft board right now, but...
You'd chop him up in a one-on-one. Is that sort of what you're getting at?
No. I'm just trying to say that we are very similar in the way we go about it, but we're also very different.
Yep, same, but different.
Yeah.
Now, you're clearly one of the favourites of the Pio social media team. When did that start? And are you sort of setting up for a career in media afterwards?
Yeah, I have looked into the future a little bit, and if the AFL career goes astray, I might be giving Dean Gorringe a call.
Yeah,
just to see what happens. But no, I do love the Pios media team because I'm the only person in it.
I just sort of noticed that. So a lot of those videos.
Yeah, so no, I think we just love getting around the boys, and I think we get a few clicks, so they keep letting me do it.
Yeah. Do you, when you see it happening, are you avoiding
Cringe.
him? Yeah. Are
Cringe.
you? Yeah. I guess you sort of answered what I was about to ask before I could even ask it. What are your thoughts on his work?
Yeah.
Cringe.
I feel like he's sort of like cute might delete later vibes sort of thing. I reckon that sometimes you think it's tough and then you look back and it's like, oh, it's not that tough. But I mean, you'll get it right one day with the media and stuff, and give Daniel Gorringe a call and Spat might figure it out. But
let's just hope the footy career doesn't derail us. Everyone's going to have to be poking their eyeballs out.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Now, favourite of the social media team, favourite of Cal Toomey, and anyone else who does a draft power ranking.
John T. Ralph Smith.
Has it been hard? Has it been hard not to go Hollywood now that you're Bendigo's best ever footballer?
No, I keep a level head. Lucky, thank God to say all that, whatever you want to call that, fan drafts. Sort of me, not him, because there's no room for his head at the minute. If it was like that, it'd probably explode. So I can sort of keep my feet in the ground on my arch.
Yeah, look, that is one of the reasons I got injured this year. I just felt like I didn't want the head to explode and just wanted to be able to fit through doorways.
Yeah, now, Arch, if you had to put a number on it, and all I want from here is a number, how many times do you think you've seen Tobie looking at himself on draft boards or Big Footy?
Oh, mate, this is so not true. This is so not true.
Yeah, any number to it.
This is lies.
457 times in the last 2 weeks.
All right, Tobie, if you had to put a number on it?
For Arch?
No, for you.
I reckon I would have looked at it the last 6 months 10 times.
Okay.
Excuse me.
10 times.
I'm going to butt in here.
Yeah.
10 times.
There was one specific time I remember last time we filmed a Yanni video where Big Footy was one of Tobie's favourites on Safari.
No.
Very true.
And we know what people do on Safari. I'm not going to go there, but what does that tell you?
That is true. It was one of your most
I
frequently
just don't
visited.
go on Safari that much.
I beg to differ.
That said, you did stay on Big Footy well after
Yeah,
the conversation finished.
I didn't know it existed.
I think Arch after that got a Big Footy addiction. I think that's safe to say.
Bit of BFO.
You can see his face at the minute. I think that's something that you're on it more than me.
It's
and
definitely...
I wasn't even on it.
It's in his recent history.
Yeah.
And we won't go through your recent history today.
Haters going to hate.
Yeah, I think Wicker's not very happy with it.
All I have to say is...
I think Wicker's not happy with the treatment on Big Footy.
All I have to say is... couple of...
He's
nice.
going to call out
No.
7 different guys.
No, there's a couple of people on Big Footy, especially West Coast Fever, who might take photos for Pioneers.
Oh my God. Archer.
Maybe be a little bit more polite. I'm not an enigma. I know what's happening next.
Toby, you've had a pretty clean run of footy this year. Do you feel like you've improved over the course of this season, and where do you feel like you hit your peak this year?
Definitely during the champs. I feel like it's a good time to hit my peak, but yeah, definitely during that part. I feel like I got to play my best footy and I was enjoying my footy the most, and I probably started WA through to the obviously a few games after Coates Town League. After Vic Country, a few games through Coast Town League probably was my peak, yeah. So I feel like that was probably my best footy, which is probably a good part to play it in. So
If you had to sort of summarise it in a sentence of, I guess, the thought that could be going on in your head, for me and for anyone else out there who probably has never hit the peak in their footballing career, what does it feel like when you're hitting that, good stretch of games, especially at such a high level of competition? What's the thought in your head?
That shit, please keep going. Don't stop. No, that's probably a weird one, but yeah, probably sort of confidence and stuff. Not much can go wrong in a sense of footy perspective. But yeah, it's definitely a good feeling, and you just sort of just ride the wave because it doesn't last forever. Form and momentum. So yeah, just definitely be conscious of that because it's not forever. You just got to make the most of good form.
The two words that he was telling himself through that patch was, "I'm him."
Is that true?
Definitely not.
Okay, now Arch, sort of adversely, you did not have a clean run of it at all this year. You've, you tried, and then you would go down with something, and then you'd come back and you'd go down with something. So, as for you, as much as you have played some brilliant footy this year, it's probably been more about adjusting expectations than it has been, trying to find your peak. So, what has that been like for you? Every time you have that setback, having to adjust the expectations for this year again.
Yeah, look, coming into the year, I was probably looking to have a better year than what I did. Early injury, setback, whatever you want to call it. It probably took a toll, and it took me a while to get back to my best. I think I had a pretty clear run of it in the back end of the year, and people saw the glimpses that I have showed before, and I played some consistent footy. Yeah, look, it's a hard one because footy's not all perfect and life's not all perfect. You can't expect to be on that high roller coaster all the time. It's always going to come down.
Exactly.
But look, I think I showed glimpses. I think I showed enough. But I've got a lot more to give in the next coming years.
Yeah. Now, obviously, because we know the kind of player you are, is that sort of X factor player, the one that's going to impact a lot when they get the ball. You would have had high expectations, and fair enough, coming into this year. But when you get glandular fever, especially, how much did your fitness drop over that time? Because that's one of the real injuries where you can't really do anything to help your fitness at all. So how much did your fitness drop from that? Yeah,
glandular fever knocked me around a lot. It was probably 8 or 9 weeks, no running, no gym or anything. So it was a hard one to get back from. Look, in the grand scheme of things, it's probably one thing that was the hardest part of my football career. But I'll come back from it, and that hard work to get back to where I was before that really taught me a lesson.
Yeah, now for both of you, this is going to be, I'm going to preface it, bit of a tough next bit, but state champs. I guess if you wanted to think of, maybe some positive memories as well, but when I say state champs, what are the main moments that come to mind? I think there's obviously one that we don't really have to mention just yet, but what are the main, things that you think of when it comes to that state champs campaign?
For me, I reckon camaraderie and mateship. That's something I think. Great people. Great mates out of that team that I'll have for a long time, and just how much fun I had. And I know there was stuff that obviously didn't go our way at the very end, but yeah, I loved my time with it, and I probably wouldn't change it for the world.
Yeah, absolutely great bunch of blokes. Couldn't ask for a better bunch of blokes actually. Just so close, so tight knit. Had some really good times on and off the field. There were some great moments. There were some terrible moments, but I think in the end, Big Country was the team that prevailed that day.
I have no stakes in this at all, so I'd say robbery. Absolute robbery, boys. As far as, I guess, the fashion that you lost in, how long, because I think people don't really understand in footy, you look at even the AFL players in the grand final, when they lose, they're still going to go out and enjoy their night. You're celebrating everything. So how long did it hurt before you could sort of put a smile on your face after that game?
I don't think I've smiled since.
No, it wasn't too bad. It didn't take a massive toll. Or no, it was probably different between me and you, but for me, it was like maybe a week to fully get over it.
Yeah.
You got a fair bit of support behind you, a few messages and stuff. But probably about a week to fully just, you might think a little bit at that going to bed. But just about a week and a bit. Yeah.
I don't think I think about it much, and I haven't thought about it much.
Yeah,
but when it gets mentioned, it is a bit of a sick feeling, to be
Bit
honest.
of a stinger. Yeah, sorry for bringing it up.
No. It's good to talk about it.
Yeah, I'm glad this is a safe space, boys. And I think I mentioned this last time when we did Road to the Draft, but I'm big on lessons. You know, I love lessons. You know, it's how we grow as people. So what was the lesson that you took away from the champs that you took into the rest of your season? You know, it can be sort of on-field, off-field stuff, but just about how you would change your approach to footy and how it helped you as a footballer, just that state champs experience.
Yeah, I think in-game, the thing I learned is from 1 minute to another, things can change like that. So you go from kicking a winning goal to someone kicking a goal after the siren, or what you think was a winning goal, and then it sort of gets taken out of your hands. Which has happened a lot over my career, but never as violently as that. And yeah, it'll probably sit with me for the rest of my life.
Tobie? that got really dark. Yeah, wow.
Probably, that sort of the resources and using what you have at the big country level, because there's so many great people and so many wise heads there, and sort of just making the most of, I know it's all about on-field, but making the most of squeezing up all the information you can with the coaches off the field, because I feel like that's really important as well, because I feel like that's going to make you a better player also. I feel like there's a lot of people that don't do that enough to just learn the craft, learn the aspects of the game between so many good coaches there, and Paul Corrigan, Danny O'Brien, Nick Cox,
Brownie.
Brownie
Retta.
and Rhett. They're all such great coaches, and they're there for a reason. I feel like that's something that broadens your perspective when you're in an environment like that with all those such great coaches, to be able to learn from them and sort of go out and conduct yourself like that on the field. And I feel like I sort of did. So that's probably the main thing.
Yeah. Now, what I did want it last one, I guess we've got to clear the air on what you did say to the umpire. What I've got written down here is, you're a fucking massive cunt. I hope your whole family dies in a car crash. I fucking hate you. I'm going to kidnap your nan. Is that close to what you said? Or what did you actually say?
Spot on.
Wow. That's actually all getting censored, so they'll never know what I said.
Yeah, that is that stumped me, that.
So that's just what I've got written down here from the report.
Yeah, is that the summary of the game? Is it?
That's just it says in quotes. This is what Tobie Travaglia said to the umpire. So do you want to clear the air?
Yeah, I said, are you serious? That's an absolute joke.
And honestly, I can't believe you're still playing to this day after saying that.
Yeah.
That's disgraceful.
Yeah.
Obviously, you boys can't comment on it, but I can. That's disgraceful, and I hope that umpire gets the sack. Do you have any comments to Luke Traynor?
Nah, he's all right. Train's all right. He did nothing wrong. It wasn't his fault. It was my fault. So yeah, great bloke. And
No comment.
Yeah. And I'll move on from that one, Tobie. Especially sorry to sideswipe you with that, so I'll ask you a positive question now. Blues VFL. How much fun was that, especially when you reckon 22 in your last game? Yeah, I'm not doing that in a season, so to do that in your second ever VFL game, how's that feel?
Yeah, pretty good. But it's just the people that are around there. It was unreal. I love that club because I'm a massive supporter of Carlton.
Yep.
Sort of the facilities there are great. The coaches there are great. Lukey Power helped me so much. Sort of just making my role so clear. And yeah, I know I sort of felt like I was there all season, even though I was only there for like 2 weeks. So yeah, it was great. I loved it. Big part of my career. So
VFL is obviously, and this may shock you to find out, not as big and as important as the AFL. So I don't think they
Really?
Yeah, no, it shocked me when I found this out. So like the post game, what does that look like? As much as you can share, are there a couple beers going around? You know, because at the end of the day, a lot of these blokes are sort of semi-professional footballers, not professionals. Or is it, you know, similar to what you imagine an AFL standard would be, where it is more of that try and get into recovery?
It's quite interesting because I said this to a few people before, that they are semi-professional, if not professional athletes, the way they conduct themselves, a few of those boys, as in during training.
Yeah.
Like they're at the club after hours for long periods, sort of in there, a lot of meetings, like in the books, like learning, wanting to get better, what they can do to get on the AFL list. So I feel like that's quite interesting as well. Post-game, it was quite funny. The second last game I played was, I'm pretty sure I didn't have any tomfoolery for those boys, but they got up against Geelong. They were third, we were 17th, so they were pretty happy. So I'm pretty sure they had a big night that night, and then the week after was end of the year, so I played Richmond, and then Yeah, I didn't have any, but there was a few beers getting flown around and stuff. So, yeah, I sort of steer clear to that. And, yeah, pretty sure the boys had a pretty good time. But, yeah, they're great bunch of blokes.
That's very responsible and disciplined of you.
Yeah, you did great to lie through your teeth through all of that. I know you had 20 beers, mate. You don't have to lie to me. Once that camera's off, he's telling me he's had 30 beers. I know him, and he's gone to Rev straight after. Wicca, you obviously had a stint with the Bombers as well, so you've had your AFL experience, pre-season stuff. What was that like, and what was, again, something from there that was new to you in terms of how they went about their football that you could take into the rest of your footy?
Yeah, great experience at the Bombers. Awesome facilities, great bunch of blokes. It was a very inclusive environment. Yeah, so much learnt, but I think the main thing coming out of that was how meticulous the boys are in preparation, just for like getting up for drills, recovery, how nice the lunches are. Yeah, it was a great experience.
Yeah. Now, just before we sort of get towards wrapping this up, we're obviously all really big footy guys over here, and big footy, they just sort of have a crack at making, profiles about some of the players in the draft. And I think who better to, describe some of the people in this draft than their teammates. So I've got pen and paper here for you boys. I'm actually going to ask you each to write a draft profile on each other. You're going to have, we'll say 2 minutes to do it. And I'll remind you once we get into it, we'll sort it out off camera. But what I need from you is each other's height in centimetres, if you can have a crack at that. So there's no collaborating with each other. Best position, an AFL or AFLW if you wish, player comparison.
Yeah.
A brief summary, 3 strengths and 1 weakness. So if you can, boys, feel confident that you can dish
I'm
up
happy
your
with that,
profile.
yep.
I'm happy. This is interesting. I like this.
Yeah, so we'll go and do that, and then I'll read them out to you.
Perfect.
Easy.
No worries. Catch us soon.
I had no idea the weaknesses. I did some outrageous weaknesses.
You only need one weakness.
Oh, one weakness?
God, you got to
Oh, I've got to read mine out. I've got to read one.
No, I'm reading them both out.
Well, do the first one then.
Do toast first. Please do toast first.
Oh, it's going to be a stitch up.
All right.
Going to be able to put on the podcast, Matt.
Yeah, no, that's good.
All right, boys, how are we feeling?
This is not going to be good.
It's good.
How are we feeling after that little exercise?
Is this back on?
Yeah, it should be rolling. No, let me double check.
Hello, everyone.
Stop being so cringy around the camera.
I was just wondering.
Show something really cool for the camera.
Oh, wow. Oh.
All right. Yeah, so how are we
Letting my
feeling?
goofy side shine through.
How are we feeling after that exercise?
The hand's cramping. That's more writing I've done all year.
Yeah.
Actually,
There's my exam revision, teachers.
How much confidence did you have writing that?
I had lots. I'm not confident that Tobe's going to sum me up well, but
Yeah, well, I did 1 weakness. Is it 1 weakness?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's all right. That would be all right then.
It's 3 weaknesses. Tim.
Yeah, but 3. I thought it was 3 strengths, 3 weaknesses. So I did 3 strengths.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Yeah, well, I sort of thought...
geez, you would have struggled to find some.
No, I reckon they're pretty valid.
All right.
Do mine.
Yeah, no.
Has he really stitched me up? Is it personal?
Wait, yeah, the one of Toby?
Yeah,
Or
the one of Toby.
Yeah, yeah.
Is it personal?
No, the one Toby wrote about me.
Okay, you okay with that, Toby? You happy to go first?
Yeah.
Yeah, but what have you said about me?
You'll find out very soon.
About
Arch. Height. 185 centimetres?
Yep. Yeah.
I'm 187. Okay.
No, you're not.
Okay,
Yeah.
position. Half forward.
I'll take it. I can play anywhere, but
Comparison. Chad Wingard.
Yep.
I knew it. Do you want to know a story? Do you want to know a story?
Yep.
I met with a manager when I was 16, and he compared me to Chad Wingard. Fair to say, I did not go with him.
Yeah, you had an... I
Mate,
saw a
what's wrong with
video...
Chad Wingard?
Yeah, Chad... I guess maybe...
If he said 2014, Chad Wingard,
Yeah.
yep.
You I saw a
that sounds
video
so
of you
bad.
when I think you were 16. Someone was interviewing you. It looks like the side of the road with the filthiest mullet ever.
Yeah.
Was that your first ever interview?
It was actually.
Okay, I'm gonna have to link that to this. Brief summary. I can't say the words are spelt correctly, but exciting, very crafty, and hurts you around goals, and can take a hanger.
That's not terrible.
Yeah, I spelled exciting wrong, didn't I?
Yeah, he's probably exiting.
Yeah, I did.
He's
I
just
did it quick.
this guy knows how to
I
leave
did
a
it
room.
quick.
This guy knows how to
quick. I
exit a
did
room.
exit. Yeah, I spelled. Yeah.
Strengths. What would you say your strengths are?
See, my
Versatility,
No.
goal sense, X
No.
factor.
Oh wait, yep. Strengths: marking,
Oh, for sure, yeah.
goal sense, craft.
fraud.
Yeah, what does crafts mean? Toby?
That picked it up.
Yeah.
Just one touch player. Just crafty.
Yeah. Okay, I like that.
Thank you.
Weakness is endurance.
Mate, I run a 632 k.
Yeah, it's not good enough. Chase.
I don't know why you're reading these out. These ones are terrible. I just making them up.
And tackling.
Serious? No, I'm out. Mate, my pressure rating's elite.
There you go, mate. You can keep that. Use it to... I was about to say use it to fuel the haters.
I'm more embarrassed about my spelling. That's probably more
Yeah, and the
embarrassing than that.
handwriting. This is looking very pretty comparatively.
Thank you.
Toby,
I'm the intellectual.
Tobie Travaglia, 188 centimetres.
Yeah. I'm 189, but it's okay.
Halfback flank.
Yeah.
Nick Cox.
Yeah, right. Nick Cox.
Why are you laughing at that?
Yeah, that's
Good
good.
player.
No, he's a good player.
He is. He's terrifically talented.
Said Kane
He's
Corns.
probably a bit taller than me.
Once.
He's probably a bit of a different player to me, but
No,
that's
you're
why I
both
thought it
skinny.
weird, but he's still a good player.
Yeah. Hard running, gangly baby draft prototype. Good by hand, interesting by foot. Loves to avoid kicking it to Day-Wicks, but is a heart and soul competitive beast. How does that sit with you?
Oh, he's a bit of bullshit there, I reckon. A bit of bullshit. I knew when Archer was rolling, he was up to something no good. I could tell he was smirking.
Yeah.
Even before and during, but it's all right.
Your strengths.
I go better by foot than you this year.
Your strengths: running, handballing, passion.
Passion.
Yeah.
Is that a strength?
So I could only think of two.
You're a passionate man. Weakness. What would you say your weakness is, Toby?
You'd say strength and kicking.
It was kicking. Yeah. Do you want to hold on to that? You want to keep it? That's all yours now. So, how's this sort of exercise going for you?
No, no good. Do you know we talk about how we get shitty with each other?
Yeah. Is this, have I just
Yeah.
started that?
Yeah.
I'm quite happy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you should be. He did dock a few centimetres off you.
I'm comfortable in my own skin. So
Yep. You're both regarded as versatile talents, as many players are in their draft years, so sort of based off of that. I guess, are there any corrections or additions you want to make to your own draft profiles in terms of positions or what you can do with your footy? Wiki, you want to start?
do you want to start, Tob?
No, you start. I didn't really get the question.
Is there any...
Yeah,
so
okay,
those
okay.
draft profiles we just had,
Yeah.
you know, the ones you crumpled up and can now no longer read because you boys clearly couldn't take it well.
Yeah.
Is there any additions or changes you'd make to that?
No addictions, but a few additions.
Did I say addictions? Sorry. Had a sniff of beer on the way up and just old addictions.
Well, I'd like to change chase and tackle because I maybe not have been doing it as well as I could have at the start of the year, but I really worked on it, and I'm quite proud of the way I went about it. And Tobes just doesn't want to give me any credit.
Are there any positions you'd add to where you can play? You said you could play anywhere.
Positions added:
Yeah.
back pocket, full back pocket, half back flank, centre half back,
Those two
back flank,
pockets.
wing, middle, wing,
Ruck. Yeah.
half
Ruck.
forward, centre half forward, pocket, forward pocket,
Full forward.
full forward.
Bench? Nah. Okay, Toby?
I reckon he hates my kicking a little bit too much, I reckon.
Yeah.
I reckon that's the only thing. I don't know what it is. I don't think...
Because you don't kick it to me.
Yeah, I think that might be it. I don't know why. I think he thinks I need to kick it to him more. So maybe I might have to kick it to him a bit more so he can...
I think
see
if we
my
got a
kicking.
third person in here, being Job Shanahan,
Oh.
we could both count on one hand how many times Travaglia kicked it to us this year.
Was that true?
Well, maybe get in the right spots, you might get it.
Who,
So
who do you look for on the forward line then?
James and Arch.
The boundary line.
Job and Arch.
Seems like there's a lot of tension. As we
Building.
go through this season.
Anyone want to hear a joke?
What kind of joke?
Just a joke.
Yeah, of course.
Why does a cow cross the road?
Toby, you want to ask?
No.
Okay, why does the cow cross the road?
To go to the movies.
Well, guys, that's the Footy Yarn podcast. Back in action. Thank you very much for coming on.
Wow.
That was an absolute treat, boys. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Just,
Otherwise-
Thanks, mate.
I'm still here.
give it to the man.
I'm
Come
still
on,
here.
lead him. Best of luck tonight at the awards night. Tobie, I hear you've already got your speech prepared. How many people are you thanking?
Yeah, everyone, every single one. Especially Arch, because I wouldn't be here without Arch.
I have taught you everything you know.
Yeah, if you had to go like top 3, if they said you got up there and they said you can only thank 3 people, who are the 3 people you're thanking, and where does your missus rank in the top 3?
Oh yeah, I knew that was coming. Mum, Dad, and my cousin.
Cool.
Samuel Conforti.
Fair enough.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a good call.
Yeah, it's good. I really did well then. Yeah, Sammy's my cousin.
He's a few years older.
Yeah,
He's
21.
Good footy player.
Good footy player.
Yeah. See at VFL?
Sandful.
That's right.
That's it. What do you think of my speech? What about my speech? I'm looking forward to achieving the Coaches Award.
Do you reckon you're a chance?
Wouldn't be my first one.
Top 2 people. Top 2 people you'll thank?
Top 2. I feel like I need more.
Go. How many? Who would you thank? If you had a speech, who would you thank?
Yeah, as I'm going to roll this out, actually, let's just role play as we're going out of here. The final thing we'll do today. Congratulations, Archer Day-Wicks, on the 2024 Bendigo Pioneers Coaches Award.
Thank
Speech.
you. Thanks.
Speech. What do you got to say?
Thanks, man. G'day, everyone. Thanks for coming tonight. It's a privilege. It's an honour. I'm lost for words, but I'd just like to lay out a few thank yous. Thank you, Mum. Thank you, Dad, for everything you do. Thank you, my stepdad, Damien. What a fella. Thanks to Tobie for driving me along. Thanks to all my friends and my family. And thanks to Hayden for being there for a good laugh every now and again. Thanks to Big Footy for everything you've done for me, even though there's about 2 blokes on there that actually like me. It's been a ride, and this is the proudest day of my life. So thank you.
Didn't thank the sponsors, but that's us done here at the Footy Yarn. Thank you very much, boys. It's been a pleasure.
No worries. Thank you. Wow.
That was fun.